of Columbia's community is doing it up big for its birthday this year. Rockbridge Memorial State Park is celebrating its 50th year anniversary today with an afternoon of events. KMUH's Maya McDonald has more on what's going on.
People think that caves are small areas that you have to crawl around in, so they're often surprised to see how large much of the passage is in Devil's Icebox Cave. We call this borehole passage. It's very spacious and makes for a very convenient sized passage for exploring. And here you can see some stalactites and stalagmites and how they've joined to form a column, actually a wall, that now has a crack because at some point it must have shifted. You see here this stalagmite, the rock base of it used to have mud under it, and that's been eroded away.
Sounds about how I have to say. Sounds about how I have to say.
On up the Sinkhole Trail and follow it, you'll hit Old Plank Road. And Old Plank Road was the road that they went down to get to the Missouri River at the landing called Providence. Anybody been down to Providence Landing?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, not Providence.
Providence was where they put the whiskey and the flour, the paper, and the leather, and the hams on the riverboats and took it and sold it in St. Louis and Kansas City. Here's a picture of what a water wheel looks like. They had one of these up by the rock bridge. Can you see that? Okay. And the water would go underneath the wheel, and it would turn the grinding stones, and that's how they made flour. If you look at this picture right here, you can actually see the wheel. Would it be better if I got on this side?
Yeah.
Okay, how's that?
Excellent.
Okay, you see the distillery? You see the grist mill?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's how they ground the grain and the flour. The distillery burned down 3 times in its history. Here's another picture of the distillery.
Oh my God.
Okay, do you see the big chimney there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the chimney where the red bricks came from that I told you they're down in the street. All right, good. We're going to talk about history of the park. I know history, boring stuff, right?
No. Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about 3 periods of history in the park. Prehistoric history up to the Native American, when the Native Americans were here. We're going to talk about the pioneer period, and this was a town. And we're going to talk about the park. My name is Steve Ferguson. I'm a master naturalist for the state of Missouri. I volunteer here in the park. I do tours like this. I've done close to 300 cave tours in the time I've been here. One of the really fun things I get to do is I'm on the bird crew. And we get to really burn parts of the park. People think that's really bad. Well, actually it's really good. The forest thrives when it burns. So we have fun torching the park and setting it off for fire. Okay, our 3 periods. Going back prehistoric time. This area was covered by a sea back before there were any human habitation here. The sea was teeming with life. It had shellfish and crayfish and lobsters and sharks and all kinds of things in it. And when they died, the shells and the parts of the fish would sink to the bottom. And as they sank to the bottom, they would pile up, crush, and they would form a type of rock. Does anybody know what type of rock they created?
Geodes.
Huh?
Geodes.
Geodes? No, not quite.
Yeah, no.
What? Sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock is a very special kind. It's called, we call it here in the park, Burlington limestone. If you find a piece of Burlington limestone, you may find fossils in it. Okay? Burlington limestone is made out of the shells of animals with exoskeletons. Exoskeletons are skeleton structures on the outside of their body, like shellfish, lobsters, that type of animal. This is what made the Burlington limestone. The other type of rock we have here in the park is a rock called chert. Anybody heard of chert before? It's a very glassy type of rock. This rock is a sedimentary rock that was made from the bones of fish, from their spinal cord and their rib bones and stuff. We find this all over the park.
Those used for like arrowheads and stuff?
Yeah, we're going to get to that in just a minute. Yeah, as your teacher pointed out, the Native Americans, that was very, very important to them because they made arrowheads out of it. One of the animals that lived in our shallow sea was called a crinoid. Now, to me, this looks more like a plant than an animal, right? So I have a little bit of literary license here. I call it a planimal. Okay? It actually had feet, and it would anchor itself at the bottom of the sea. It had a spinal cord. It had a small head. And then the fronds would wave in the current to pick up plankton. Okay? When this animal died, the spinal cord and the other parts would fall to the bottom. And when you go on the cave tour this afternoon, I want you to look in the limestone, and your cave tour guide's going to show you some. You'll find fossils of the crinoid. They look like little Cheerios in the rock. And that's the spinal cord. The segments of the spinal cord would fall to the bottom, and that's how we made our fossils. Okay, because we have Burlington limestone, we have the cave. This is a picture of something called karst topology. Karst is a German word meaning cave. What happens is the rain falls through the sky, it absorbs carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide makes the rain acidic. Who knows what the word acidic means?
I know, but I can't define it.
You can't define it, okay. Have you heard of acid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can somebody give me something that's very common around your house that's acidic?
Fruit.
Fruit. Well, not so much. Other guess? Anybody ever taste vinegar?
Yeah.
Vinegar is very acidic. When the acidic rain, it's not real acid. Rain's not going to burn you. Okay, like vinegar would burn her on your tongue, or if you took acid out of your battery in your car, put it on your skin, it would burn you. It's just slightly acidic, and as it falls down, the limestone is soft, and it dissolves the rock. Okay, and what does it leave? It leaves a cave. Okay, so the cave is a hole in the rock created by limestone being dissolved out. A Coca-Cola is a somewhat acidic beverage. And why is it acidic? What does it have in it? Okay, when you pour it, what comes out? Bubbles, right? That's carbon dioxide. That makes it acidic. If you take a can of Coke and you have, like you lost one of your teeth when you were a kid, you put that tooth in the Coke, what would happen? Eventually it would dissolve. It takes a while, but it would eventually dissolve. That's what happens in our cave. Okay? So we have a cave here. You're going to go on the cave tour a little bit later today. Okay? The second period, up in this period, up to about, the 1820s, 1800s, this area was very popular for the American Indians to come to. It had a lot of resources. It had acorns, it had game to hunt, and it had something else that was very valuable to them, the chert. Okay? Chert is what did I say made the chert? Remember?
Bones.
The bones of the fish, right? Okay. They would take the chert and they would flake it, it's called, where they would take a raw piece of chert and they would flake it down to something called a blank. And a blank is a piece of chert that they're going to eventually make into an arrowhead or a spear point or something like a scraper. This is actually a piece of chert that was flaked off by a Native American person probably several thousand years ago, and I found this in the stream. I had an archaeologist look at it and said, yep, that's definitely a piece of chert that was flaked off in the process of making an arrowhead. So, this area was very important to the Native Americans because they had the resources. They had fresh water, they had game to hunt, they had acorns to collect, and they found chert so they could make their tools. Okay? That's the end of the prehistoric period. In about 1820, European settlers started to come through the area. This was after, do you remember somebody, have you studied somebody named Meriwether Lewis and Clark? Okay, they came up the Missouri River and they explored this, and that opened the area for settlement. Right here where you're standing is the main road for the town. The town was called Rockbridge Mills. And Rockbridge Mills was founded in 1820. The first structure that they built was a grist mill down by the rock bridge. They put a water wheel in and they ground flour. The other mills that they had a paper mill. They had a tannery. They tanned hides. Because up on the hill there was a large pig farm. So they used that. They made hams and they made leather out of the pig skin. Okay, there were about 120 people that lived here. One of the prosperous businesses in the town of Rockbridge Mills was the distillery. Who knows what they do in a distillery?
They distill water?
Not quite. Huh?
It's the same process, though.
They made whiskey. Okay, and they made whiskey because they grew the grain here. They had the grist mill. If you go down in the stream, see these red rocks?
Yeah.
Those are not red rocks at all. Those are pieces of brick that came from the chimney of the distillery, and they've sat in the water and they've been rubbed by other rocks and things, and they look kind of like red rocks. These are actually bricks that were part of the chimney for the distillery. They also put the whiskey in jugs. That doesn't look like a rock, does it?
No.
Okay, that's a part of a porcelain jug that they would have used. This might have been, but it was probably the jug that they put the whiskey in. Then they would drive down Old Plank Road in their wagons, the horse-drawn wagons. They would put it on barges at the river, and they would send it to St. Louis and Kansas City. The distillery was the third largest distillery in the United States when it was really going like crazy. Okay, we're going to walk up here just a little bit, And I'm going to show you a little bit of the town site, and then we're going to come back to these rocks back here, and we're going to talk about how the park was created. So follow me on up this way. Trees here as there are now, you'd be standing right in the main street of the town of Rockbridge Mills. The town started in 1820. It was here for about 100 years. If you look up here on your left, you see the foundation? Mm-hmm. Okay, that was actually a foundation from one of the buildings that was here in Rockbridge Mills. Okay, this road, this trail called the Sinkhole Trail, was the main street through town.
The pH test is one of the most common analyzes.
Her channel analytic
playing with
whatever. In water testing, pH is a measurement of activity of hydrogen. So first we fill up the test tube to 10 milliliter line, whatever. Second, we add one pH wide range test tab.
Those are a lot of big words I don't understand.
You don't understand anything.
Wait, what do we do?
Cap the tube and mix
Do we
in.
fill one of these with water?
I'm sorry, but she's trying to record a shoot, so.
Can the tube and mix until the tablet has
Put that light game right there. Light game right there.
Wait, which?
and compare the color of samples to the pH chart 5892 cc. Record the result as
record, so I'm
pH.
gonna record it right there.
So.
Okay.
So we grabbed some water, we grabbed some nitrate tablets or something. We grabbed a tube and then put that pill in that bottle there to see if it's safe, like the water safe, if it's polluted, if it's really, really bad, is it safe to touch? We have to do that.
One of the tests.
Oh yes.
One of these.
Do it. I should have worn my more just go today.
Oh, we put another one in there?
That'd be cool, I guess. Yes. Oh yes. Ha. I can't do the orange dresses.
This one, I think these are different. So
Wait,
we put that in there.
Was that one orange?
Cause the one. This one's like it looks like cookies and cream. So
Yeah, no, it's different.
So then we mix it, and then we wait 5 minutes. So whoa, looks fancy.
Looks like champagne, but less champagne-y. It's not yellow enough.
Allo.
I held her hand.
I don't think it's a.
And just because this is a reality show, we will do confessions.
Alright, well,
It's just refusing to be dissolved.
I'm just gonna keep shaking it, and then we can wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you hear Mr. Cage? You gotta do a dance.
Yeah, there. So now we can wait 5 minutes.
Yeah. 5 minutes. Da 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 da.
What if I said that?
We'll be back after this sponsorship.
You cannot see.
You know, that's close enough. Okay.
You know.
So now what?
Okay. Now second, add one nitrate test tab.
Do not eat. Yeah, obviously. Now, where's the... Do I mix it up and stuff?
Cap the tube and mix until the tablet has
Hi.
dissolved.
Oh, same thing.
We're doing nitrate.
Oh, hi. I thought this was the one that changed color, but
Da 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 da.
Uh-oh. It's getting there.
Shake it up.
I don't understand
Shake it shake it off, shake it off.
It's harder than Genevieve. That's just sad.
I can sing the high note.
Still not dissolved.
I don't have that.
Okay. The thumbnail has been made.
Alright, hey guys, put everything back.
Am I the thumbnail?
Huh?
Am I the thumbnail?
Yes.
Yay. I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah. I don't even know what the cover is like because
when are you gonna post it?
after I make the trailers and stuff.
Odyssey, where'd you go?
There it is.
Can you and your group come
So
over here
it's
and make
gonna be
sure
one of
it's back where it
those. Do we have to
was?
wait or anything?
So for this one, it's more related to 20. Yeah, look, it looks like it's from 20 if you look at it.
Do I keep this paper?
No, you turn it in, dude. Yeah, turn it in.
So, the stairs hurt my calves because my calves are like really sore right now. And there are a lot of stairs. And yeah, it was like a lot of work. And my calves are sore.
Is there a reason you still have that damn hat on?
Yeah.
Why?
My hair looks really bad right now.
So over that, I like burned my kneecaps over to like the stairs or something. Like I kind of agree with that, but like my legs were like burning hot, like cracking, like quaking, like Jake Paul's quaking. My legs are broken, you know, like my kneecaps. I think they're in ashes. Yeah, they're probably in ashes actually, probably. So just a warning, if we can't post tomorrow, we're dead. But so, cave is prone to rapid flooding. If any following are present, 1, water is above 12. Okay, I can deal with that. Water is muzzy and you can't see the rocks. Water is moving swiftly and water is up concrete step. Don't enter the cave. Please be safe. For more and
I didn't know you do that.
No, you ask me questions.
I got everything I need.
Good.
Good job, person. Don't sip in water, okay? Okay.
Jesse, can you Jesse? Jonathan, turn off your light. Jonathan.
Thank God it's done with double cam.
Is this how people play Minecraft? Because I'm sorry. Oh my God. We're so happy about that. That's how people play Minecraft.
It's not actually not that bad.
Come on over. There's some spots you can walk on over here. Get close enough so you can hear.
I need to be able to say.
Oh God.
Hello.
This area right here, you look at your feet and around your head, it's called thyroid division. And this used to be where the water level was.
I just got mud all over my face. That's fun.
Why is it not pigmented?
Man, it'd be nice if my can't do this as you're too tall. As you're gonna hit my back, I can't do this. Jackie, I can't. I'm literally.
They're like little tiny. You can touch that? No. All of this that like looks like that. I can't explain.
Is they like metal?
Calcium. So this is not working trap.
Wait,
Everyone turn off your flashlight. Everyone turn off your flashlights. You want? Yes. Look how shiny it is. It's not shiny. Watch your ball.
Watch your step, guys. Watch your step.
Thank you, step double cam. Up.
Hey, Gabby, I think you can make that rock right there. Yeah, I think you should go for it.
No, thank you.
Why?
Are you trying to get me killed?
I really think you could have done it. Okay, when you guys get over here, we're going to find a spot and then we're going to turn off our flashlights, okay? Oh, nice. I know, it's okay. What are you trying to do? Keep going. We're going to wait till everybody gets here, though. Drink your water. Maya, you okay back there?
It's not you.
All right, let's turn the lights off, guys. Once you get to a spot that you can like see and hear.
You need a light.
Once you guys don't sit on this rock right here.
Do you want us up there or am I over here?
Right here.
I'm not even worried about the mud.
So come up on this little.
I'm gonna try to stand back up.
Rock, I guess. That's a lot of room hitting.
Ow, that's a bad guy.
Okay, turn on.
on this double camp.
Is this how people play Minecraft? Because I'm sorry. Oh my God. We're so happy about that. Right. How people play Minecraft?
It's not actually not that bad.
Come on over. There's some spots you can walk on over here. Get close enough so you can hear.
I need to be able to stand.
Come on, Maya.
Oh God.
Hello.
So this area right here, if you look at your feet and around your head, it's called thyroid divot. And this used to be where the water level was.
I just got mud all over my
That's
fun.
Why is it not pigmented?
I mean, it'd be nice if my flashlight was on. Let me be first. Okay.
You guys want to feel like you're really throwing your candy up while you're going down that way?
I just was gonna fall. I'm the most uncoordinated person.
Are you?
No, I can't do this. Hey boys, I can't do this. As you're talking. As you're gonna hit my back. I can't do this. Jackie, I can't. I'm literally.
They're like little tiny. You can touch that? No. All of this that like looks like that. I can't explain.
Is they like metal?
Calcium deposits. So this is not working trap.
Wait, everyone turn off your flashlight. Everyone turn off your flashlights. Look how shiny it is. It's not watch it all.
Watch your step, guys. Watch your step.
Thank you, step double cam. Oh.
Hey, Gabby, I think you can make that rock right there. Yeah, you should go for it.
No, thank you.
Why?
Are you trying to get me killed?
I really think you could have done it. Okay, when you guys get over here, we're going to find a spot and then we're going to turn off our flashlights, okay?
Oh, nice.
I know, it's okay.
Keep going.
We're going to wait till everybody gets here, though. Maya, you okay back there?
It's not you.
All right, let's turn the lights off, guys. Once you get to a spot that you can see and hear.
You need a light.
Once you guys don't sit on this rock right here.
Do you want us up there or am I over here?
Right here.
I'm not even worried about the mud.
So come up on this little.
I'm gonna try to stand back up.
Rock, maybe.
That's a lot of room hitting.
Ow, that's a bad light.
Okay, turn on.
I'm too bright. Andrew. I mean Matthew.
I climbed up different ways, so I'm not sure. You can go. You can go.
Excuse me. Sir.
You can leave. You'll find your parents.
That was a good jump. You got one.
If you want to see it, the highest point, you can see it from there.
Hey, MTV, welcome to my friend.
Connor, I love how you're going to get that.
Hey, Andrew. Connor's like, where? I'm sitting down. Ow!
Jackie, how can you be standing up? Let her in front.
Connor, I like how you're just watching you almost touching the top.
It was not
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
it was the most because she's trying to talk to us. She's trying to explain. Work right now because we're able to walk.
Hello!
And that's how we're treating her. Why'd you get yourself into that situation?
It's okay.
That was the rock and it's not stable.
Gabby, are you still gonna take a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, dokie, babe. I'm a baby warrior. Should we take it down here? That is so cool. Girl, we should. Right here? Yeah, should we ask Mr. Mason? Mr. Mason, could you take a picture of us?
Holy crap, there's a dead bird.
No, they're from here. Hey, Mr. Casey, could you take a picture of us? Flash.
I'm really soaking wet because I stepped in the big bowl.
There you go. Ready?
We made it. Oh, shoot. Oh. The helmet came in handy.
So sunny. It's like I just got out of prison.
I've been in an asylum before. It's not great.
Like, for what reason?
I have a series where I be in stuff for a day. It was episode 30.
24 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, they let you?
Yeah.
Why?
Honestly, don't know.
Are people yelling at you?
No, it's just a reality show. I even tried prison. Prison's actually not half that bad. Minus people trying to fight. But
Do you see a lot of fights?
yeah.
There you are.
But it was actually pretty chill.
How did you like it? It's not cold.
Too hot up here.